first time in the federal elections, 2018. So they got about 1%, which, you know, for a brand new party is what it is, especially a brand new party that is basically competing with the Conservatives. Now, getting to other things that I've seen and how I picked the PPC in particular, I don't consider myself to be a conservative, period. And there's no but to that. I do not consider myself to be a conservative. I do not consider myself to be a liberal. I think that these political brands, these political labels are absolutely useless, except to allow others to demonize or, tribalize based on these labels. I have political views which are both conservative and liberal, and I do not consider myself to be a conservative. Unless the world has now finally told me that believing in individual rights and liberty, opposing lockdowns, opposing mandatory vaccines, opposing vaccine passports, opposing curfews, opposing shutting down businesses and destroying people's lives under the hopes that you can somehow control a virus. If someone tells me that that's conservative, I guess in your mind, in that person's mind, I'm conservative, but I do not consider myself to be conservative. I consider myself to be the defender of the greatest minority on earth, to quote Ayn Rand, the individual. Anybody who does not support individual rights, the individual being the smallest minority on earth, cannot be said to be protecting any minority rights. And when I look at the way the country is going, in the response to the pandemic, how we got here, how we dealt with it when it got here, and what all political parties are doing right now, which is nothing less than reveling in their newfound power, usurpation of every aspect of citizens' lives. When I saw that happening, there was only one party left to join. I don't care what my political affiliation was, unless I supported these things, there was only one party to join, and that is the People's Party of Canada. Now, when I say politics ruins everything, I mean in the sense that, you know, people get preachy, they try to tell you what to think, they try to tell you who to vote for, and they try to pressure you or shame you or guilt you into it. I have never been about that, and I never will be about that, even given what I'm doing right now. I'm going to keep the political run distinct from my YouTube channel. I've created a YouTube channel called Viva PPC, which I'm going to be posting some unique exclusive content documenting this entire process. But I'm not going to tell anybody anywhere who to vote for. I'm not even going to tell them to vote for me. The idea of this run is for me to participate in the public discussion, get my ideas out there, listen to what other people are saying, try to use those to shape my vision of the future. And if people like what I think and people like what I say and people like my vision for the future of Canada and to some extent the free world, they will choose to vote for me without having to be told, pressured, guilted into doing so. That's how it works. You don't tell people what to think. You don't tell people who to vote for. You don't tell people what to do. You give them the information. You let them know who you are, and they will make the decisions for themselves, and they are capable of making responsible decisions when they have sufficient information. And my goal right now, to get that information out there, to express myself, to express the change I want to see in the world in the hopes that it resonates with people out there. And if it doesn't, that'll be an indication to me as to where Canada stands now and where it's going to go in the future. If it does resonate, that'll be an indication to me as well. But I have not stayed quiet, because I certainly haven't stayed quiet, but I have done what I can and will continue to do what I can do to educate, to inform in an apolitical, non-pressure manner with my YouTube channel. But I'm also going to run for the PPC, and I am going to give the powers that are out there now a run for their money, both ideologically and in terms of transparency. We have grown accustomed in government to systemic and institutionalized corruption, so much so